Draugr is by Kajuan. Now this Draugr Embodies mod is an armor retexture. It should work with vanilla files, with the texture packs installed, where they used to be 2K and the hair was around 512 megabits. This mod doesn't take up any slots in your load orders. The mod author tried to improve and change the skins, and it has been revisited multiple times over. It should appear more slimy. Many things have been redone, the teeth, the ears, the lips, etc. Still, the vanilla Draugr meshes are really concerning. Clips into one another, stretching, so on and so forth. There's nothing the mod author can do about it in his opinion. The only thing left to do is create new meshes actually. The Draugr armors and ancient Nord armors, both male and female, and some of the Draugr folders have been reworked as well. They now appear more rugged, and the furs and pelt inserts have also been redone as well. Do notice that the armors that are used by the skeleton warriors, and they are not shared by the player character. The ancient Nord armor that the player character can wear is in another folder entirely. Overall, this mod is a huge improvement over the vanilla assets, completely and utterly. The mod author has taken great levels of attention to detail and taking the original meshes and textures, completely reworking them and coloring them. I did find that the belt buckle on some of the Draugrs is probably mistakenly colored the same as their stomach is. There's also some fleshy tones that are added in the abdominal area, as if to allude to some sort of blood flow left over. Although not exactly lore friendly considering how long the Draugrs have been dead, the design choice is quite interesting and kind of reaffirms how dead these creatures are. But it also tries to bring home that they were once human. The work alone on the teeth is impressive if you ask me. I mean, it just pops out more. It's more painfully evident that these are the undead, that they have risen again out of their anger or just being disturbed in their tombs to rise and wreak havoc on those who have awoken them from their eternal slumber. The work he did on some of the vein areas of the bald Draugr is quite impressive. Female Draugrs have been redone completely as well. The facial features seem more delicate versus a male Draugr. Unfortunately, I didn't have any video of this on hand because I ran out of space on my hard drive while making this. I can completely and utterly wholeheartedly endorse this mod. In fact, I'd say it's a must-have, especially if you're going for a very immersive version of Skyrim. It's just one of those mods that you don't know you need until you get. I found myself way more enamored with the overall aesthetic look of the Draugrs that are now far more fearsome and loathsome looking than they ever were before. Rustic Clothing Special Edition by Gamwich. This mod is a high resolution clothing texture overhaul for Skyrim Special Edition. Every piece of clothing in the game is included. That's the base Skyrim game. Clothing plus all 3 DLCs. The underwear, which is actually found in the body texture, is also included with this retexture mod. This is a culmination of many hours of labor, and the mod author hopes people enjoys it as the end result of his efforts. An overhaul of this size takes quite a bit of hard drive and RAM space, so the mod author endeavored to make the 2K and 1K options more performance friendly, since the hands and the feet are the smallest body parts. The mod author figured that it could reduce the normal maps for the footwear and the gloves without negatively affecting the appearance of the 2K option. Attention, this mod only contains textures, no meshes, no ESP. If you like this mod, please don't forget to endorse it. This is important because it lets the mod author know whether their endeavors are resonating with the public or not. Few people will take the time to leave a comment, but anyone who downloads can take a second to click a button. Though these rustic in nature, the emphasis was placed on enhancing the textures of the fabric, leather, and metal, but the dirt and grunge were actually reduced from the vanilla textures. Stains are fine in the mod author's view, as are holes in other wear, but Bethesda's clothing tends to go beyond stains, to never been washed. The mod author doesn't believe that Nords never clean their clothes, so the mod author made the stains look more natural, what is left behind after washing, rather than opaque splotches all over the fabric. The mod author made his textures an appropriate size, so there is a consistent level of detail across the entire outfit. It's not a simple matter of 4K, 2K, 1K, etc. The complexity of the texture has to be considered. If a texture has many parts to it, like a dress for instance, it might warrant a larger texture. Something like the boot that's made up of only a few parts doesn't need a high resolution to look detailed. As always, choose the download option that suits your particular setup. For those who can handle it, 4K Diffuse Textures is available for the main outfit, with 2K boots and 1K headpieces. Normal maps are reduced in size to save VRAM with the 4K to 2K version. There is a 2K version which matches the standard size of the high resolution pack, while the 2K/1K version has reduced size maps for further VRAM saving usage. Now that you understand deeper upon which this mod was placed, I can give you my overall consensus, which I think is fairly simple, which I think we'd all share from just looking at this. Granted, I was not capable of getting enough footage, simply because, like I said earlier, my hard drive ran out of space. I probably need a bigger one for this sort of stuff. But overall, this mod is a huge undertaking. It's painfully evident. It's actually quite staggering. Now, some people sit there and go, oh, why didn't you have a before and after? I didn't think to. And also, I was running this mod for so long, I thought to myself, why didn't I do a piece on it? Simply because it's another one of those immersive must-have mods. Frankly, what this does right here for the entire clothing system of Skyrim is well needed. There were points while playing the game before putting this on, I thought to myself, my god, these textures are atrocious. Like, it looks like something from PlayStation 2. This mod brings it up to date and up to snuff. When you look closer at the fabrics and the thread counts of the shirts, even the rags the poor wore, you could tell is made out of something as horrible as canvas. And if you've ever worn canvas on your skin, it's not a pleasant feeling. This mod is truly immersive. It is well done. It is executed properly. The mod author has definitely paid painstaking levels of attention to detail to get as much of it right as possible. Even in some areas where you think there wouldn't be any level of detail, like the armpit or something, the mod author has something there. This is a must-have mod for Skyrim. This is an immersive mod. No more do you have to look at the horrible vanilla textures. Finally, you can see something that actually feels like it belongs in a game that was remastered, quotation marks. Bethesda should have did this on their own from the start. Rustic Clutter Collection Special Edition, which is also by Gamwich, is exactly what it sounds like, a collection of the mod author's recent Rustic series of retextures for cluttered items in Skyrim. The mod author doesn't really have a plan to do all of these items originally, but they just drew his attention as things that could use a facelift. Once the mod author had completed a few of these Rustic retexture mods, he was beginning to get requests to combine them for an easier load management. They had grown to the extent that he felt it was time to fulfill that wish. Now brings these retextures to Skyrim Special Edition. Note, if you're using SMIM, the textures for SMIM tankards are included with this mod. Well, I only scratched the surface of this mod in this video with the footage. As I said, it's a recurring theme, I ran out of space here. This mod goes as far as completely overhauling bottles, wooden plates, wooden spoons, the silverware, wine bottles, potion bottles, the honey brew meadery, even some of the pottery in the game. This mod just completely overhauls them. Now, if you're using SIMM, which is Static Mesh Improvement mod, this takes care of a lot of that, but it doesn't go to the detail that this mod does. And frankly, if you're looking for a far more immersive looking Skyrim, if you're looking for silverware to actually look like there was attention to detail put into them, or the fact that bottles were just so bland it didn't even have labels at times, the fact that pottery in the background was just so poorly textured, it was just something in the background literally that you paid no attention to, that didn't draw your eyes to make you believe that this was a fine piece of art worth a large sum of gold. Even coin purses, leather pouches, backpacks, the list goes on. Even the cage in the beginning of Skyrim when you're trying to escape Helgen has been retextured. This mod covers a lot of ground, and unfortunately I haven't been able to show it to you. I do apologize, but trust me, if you go to look for this yourself, it will be something you'll definitely download, and it is completely and utterly immersive. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut the video short here. It is 1:18 a.m. and it's about time I passed out. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you as always for tuning into my channel. Don't forget that I have a secondary channel if you're into my rants or more outside of the box, not game related videos, and that's the place to be. I also have a Twitch and a Twitter and an Instagram. Check them out if you so wish or choose to. Thank you as always for spending time with me. Adios, bichachos.